always so doggone crooked feeling. I feel like I need to be in the middle here. Let's see. I was supposed to text Imani. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let's see if we can find that little Alverno girl, Ray girl. Let's see if we can get her on here. No results. That's interesting. Okay, let's see. Imani. There she is. Alrighty. Good morning. Good morning, Kim. I'm trying to get Imani. Kim text Imani for me and tell her I'm ready. I forgot to text her first. Good morning, everybody. I was anxious. My name is Carmen Ray, also known as Anxious Ann. I couldn't wait to get on here. It is our mother-daughter chat this morning, and it is session 8 of number 8, and I wanted to get on here early so I can invite some people. Have more than enough time to invite some people. Tracy, Peggy Moore, where you at? Jackie Delane, Shauna, Deborah Taylor, Diana Patterson, Pat Gillum, Crystal Jones, Cheryl Menifee, Lisa Jett, Sheree, Marion Afua, Tiffany Ann, Stephanie Spearman, Jacqueline Ward, Rachel Bush, Kimberly Todd Tolis, Aquila Maddox, Cecilia Hall, getting all our people out here. Anita, Kathy Blaze Jefferson, Renelle, let's see. Today is our session 8 of 8, and we're on here early. Let's see. Kim, did you get Imani? I need my music. It just feels crazy starting without our music. Let's see. There she is. Add Imani. Is she coming? Hi, good morning, Yolanda. Thank you so much for joining us. It says Imani is adding. Come on then. Hey, Yolanda, thank you so much for your conversation. There she is. There go that Maluma.
You're going to be disappointed in me. I'm sorry. I just can't deal this morning. I don't have your music ready, but I'm getting there.
You slipping.
I'm
you are
slipping.
slipping.
Thing together. I definitely am.
Working on our volume. I can't believe we out here with no music. Get it together,
Mom,
little girl.
you woke me up earlier. Trying to be presentable and prepared at the same time is just not working for me. You can have one or the other, presentable or prepared.
I want you to be both.
And I'm struggling in both areas.
Wait a minute. I just turned the volume all the way down. Hold on. Wow.
Mom, get it together. I can hear you.
Okay, hold on. It just went all the way down.
What do you mean?
Okay. Hold on. We're having a malfunction here.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Okay, that's okay. Good thing we came on early so we can have time for all these bloopers. Okay, now let's get this party started. Where is my music?
It's coming, Mom. Relax. This is a show about millennials. You have to be nice to me this morning.
Darn it. Okay, so
I don't like that Facebook makes me turn the camera this way anymore because I look weird from this angle.
Okay, so how do we start? How do we start without the music? Where is the music?
I'm sorry, it's coming. You can still be like inviting people, all of that, Mom.
I have been inviting people. Invite your people and wake those millennials up.
That's what I told her, Amy.
What did she say?
No time for music. We got stuff to
Well,
talk
actually,
about.
yeah, because Imani came on late. Okay, well, good morning. Let's get us started this morning. I want to feel some energy. So let's get started. I need some hearts. I need some shares because we out here in these virtual streets today and we trying to have an impact. So let's get this party started.
Share and say hashtag millennial magic.
Yes, yes. Yes. Hi, Diane. Good morning, Crystal Jones. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Imani, am I in the camera right? It feels like I'm just weird and off center.
You're perfect.
Okay, cool. Your Annie said we don't have time for music. She's our timekeeper today.
All right.
Good music.
You ready to start, Ma?
Yes, let's get this party started.
Good morning. Good morning.
I am so excited to have you all with us. This is the week 8 or session 8 of our mother-daughter chat. This whole series started as a result of Imani, my youngest daughter, also known as Ray Girl number 2. She is in the beautiful, beautiful state of Wisconsin. I transitioned to Arizona 2014, and we definitely have a mother-daughter that we wanted to make sure we maintain. So each and every morning we would get up. Good morning, Natasha. We would get up and we would have these in-depth conversations, just life, everything from what you eat today to what's going on in your class, to hi, good morning, Mildred, to what's going on in our businesses, like read me the messages between you and the little boys that you've been talking to.
Little boys, Mom? I'm definitely a grown woman now.
And so everything that you can imagine, we had our Monday conversation. I'm sorry, our morning conversation. So one day we had a conversation that was so deep. I was like, what if we had these conversations on with our social media community? Because I am a Facebook freak. Do you hear me? I'm addicted, and I am not even interested in getting treatment. I love my Facebook community. So we just start brainstorming about that, and then the next thing you know, we came up with some topics. That's what we did next. We came up with some topics. It just felt right. Imani is masterful at graphic design, so she put together flyers, and the next thing you know, you all have responded so amazing to this series that now we are in our last week of our 8-week session. And yeah, so Imani, anything else you want to add?
No, that was a beautiful introduction. I can definitely go into a quick recap of what we've talked about so far. So week 1, we talked about our brands. I have Naturally Beautiful, and my mom has the Be Well Network. Week 2, we talked about being born into the life of the entrepreneur. We talked about the benefits and the sacrifices that had to be made in that lifestyle. We talked about being well balanced, having that fine balance between your work life and personal life, as well as your spiritual life and if you're in school, your school life, all of that. We talked about on week 4 the price of poverty, what poverty really looks like from our point of view, what it means from our point of view and our experience related to poverty. Week 5, we talked about change the world by being yourself. That was really good and just informative, and talking about how to just like exist as your own individual self in this world and not have to conform into what the world wants you to be. We talked about on episode 6 the power of patience. That one was really, really good. I enjoyed that one the most. Y'all should definitely go back and watch that one if you choose one to watch. And then last week we talked about resiliency wins, and that was just really uplifting and encouraging to hear what people had to say, feedback in the comments, and also just really telling our stories as it relates to being resilient. And today we are talking about millennial magic. Millennials, I hope y'all in here representing us today, because I can't represent us by myself. We about to get it lit up in here, y'all. Y'all gonna see another side of me. for this millennial magic conversation because I just love all talk millennial stuff, all millennial talk. I love it. What's up, Darren? We got a millennial in the house. Millennials, give me some hearts and some comments because we gotta represent for us this morning.
Yeah.
Get up early too sometimes.
Yes, so let's get some millennials on here. So if you have young people in your life, your children, your grandchildren, please share this video. This conversation is about millennials. It's millennial magic.
Millennial magic.
Millennial magic. So please share, comment. Let's get some young people on this in this conversation. So let's start, Imani. So can you define who are the millennials? What who is this population?
Um, I feel like millennials are the most undefined generation. It's really a struggle to define who we are. I'm not even sure if we know who we are, but so in a general sense, based on I took information from Time Magazine's website. A lot of people define it differently, and it's hard to kind of narrow it down. So I would love for people in the comments to share their definition of what they view as a millennial. But from what I have here, millennials consist of, depending on who you ask, people who are born from the 1980s to the 2000s. So the group is pretty much made of like late teens, people in their late teens, and like 20-something-year-olds. So I fall in that category. But please, in the comments, if you have a different idea of what a millennial is, let me know. I feel like it's across the board just been very, very different for everybody.
Yeah, yeah. I was when I think of millennials, I just kind of automatically go from like I automatically think 20 to 30. Like that's that population that
Yeah.
just fearless. They are not being defined by social structures, and that's just what I think about when I think about millennials. Good morning, Alicia. Yes. So Imani. So
I
let me
need to
ask you this.
share our video really quick. I'm sorry.
No,
If
what did you just say?
I'm sorry if I'm looking away. I just need to share our video really quick with the
Sure.
hashtag millennial magic. Please do that if you haven't.
Yeah.
So Darren
Hashtag.
said people who come of age um in the early 2000s. Cool,
That's a
cool,
good.
cool.
Yeah. Okay, so Imani, tell
Yes.
me if there was one particular, we have this conversation all the time about this age group. So just for the sake of time, I'm going to ask you to define one particular thing. If you could share one thing about your perspective about what could have the greatest impact on millennials if they consider this, what would that one thing be?
Okay. So I'm definitely gonna go back to the conversation we had the other day about my epiphany that I had when I was driving. I hope y'all can hear me. I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to speak up. But so I was driving the other day, y'all, and I had this epiphany, and I'm like, oh snap, my mom is a human being. Like she's not Superwoman. Like, oh snap. And then I was like, oh snap, like I'm gonna have kids one day and they're gonna have expectations of me, and probably are gonna have a similar perspective as me if I don't check myself now that I'm superhuman and I can handle so many things at once. And so when I had this epiphany of my mom being a human being, I had to call her and I'm like, Mom, you know what? I'm sorry because I really do have these extremely high expectations of you, and I forget that you are human just like I am. And so in life, we all are consistently or constantly trying to grow and change and develop no matter what age we are. Like I
Yeah.
see people who are like 60 years old still trying to figure things out. So who am I to think that it's okay for me to be in this journey of self-discovery and my mom doesn't get a pass to continue on her life's purpose and her life journey without having it all together? I think I'm okay in the department of knowing like my mom doesn't have it all together, but in my mind, so for some reason, I just like have this idea that she's just superhuman and can do anything, um, and like anything that needs to happen, like spur of the moment. And when I had this thought, I was like, I feel like so many millennials think that way, and we think that our parents, um, just like need to have it all together. And I feel like a lot of our trauma comes from us believing that our parents didn't properly parent us because they didn't have it together. We're like, oh no, I didn't have this, I didn't have that from my parents. But in reality, our parents are just as human as we are, and their mistakes are a part of their journey in their life. And so if we're constantly making excuses for why we are the way we are based on the way our parents parented us, we're going to be stagnant, and we're not going to have room to grow, because that's not a good excuse. Because at the end of the day, like, we have to see the human in all of us, including our parents. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to fall short. Like, we do it every single day. What in our minds made us think that our parents aren't going to do the same things? Where does it say? Somebody point me in a direction where it says that at some point in life you stop mistakes. You stop. Like, as soon as you become a parent, you don't just magically stop making mistakes and stop slipping up for the sake of your children. It just doesn't work like that. So
Wow.
that was my epiphany, y'all. Like, we cannot, millennials, this is from me to you. We can't keep making excuses for the way we are based on our experiences that we had, like, from like our parents, or whatever. And don't get me wrong, trauma is something serious. Like, trauma is something that we have to heal from, and we have to talk about. But let's talk about it. Let's not make excuses about it, because our parents are human. That's what that all comes down to. Let's remember that.
Wow, Imani.
So
So
sorry,
tell
Mom.
tell good, Imani. That is so awesome. When we had that conversation earlier last week, and you started talking about I love when you said, because Mom, like, you're somebody's daughter. Like,
Yeah.
you had your own set of trauma, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, that was so, I mean, I know that because that's the work that I'm in. I do trauma informed work, but the way that you were able to articulate at such a young age, like, parents don't just come with this manual. Like, your oldest brother, he is so protective of me because I had him at 16. So he is not willing to see his mom as anything other than perfect and righteous. And so much of his young 20s, I was telling him, well, you made these mistakes because I did this wrong.
Yeah.
I did that. I allowed you to be exposed to this. And he'd be like, no, it was me, Mom. And I was like, no, you need to take, because that's the dynamic of when young moms parent, especially boys, especially primarily single, you become off balance in the dynamics of your relationship, because now we have very, I mean, I love our relationship now, but it feels somewhere in between brother, sister. We grew up together. So as a result of that, he has this very protective way of not allowing me to take responsibility. I don't profess to be a perfect parent, but I do. I'm a real parent, and so I'm always brutally honest with my children about, look, I'm trying to share with you the gaps in my parenting, in hopes that when you become a parent, you could be more mindful of that. So yeah, Imani, I just love when you talked about that whole piece about, parents don't come to this experience ready made. We are evolving from our own life experiences.
Yeah. So for because I see some more millennials joining. Good morning, Tara. I want the millennials to know that we have to start taking responsibility and not leaving the excuse of the areas where our parents have fallen short. We can't use that as an excuse anymore. We have to grow as a generation and accept our reality and move forward without those excuses. Our parents cannot keep taking the fault for the mistakes that we make. Like, we can be great without those excuses. Like, millennials, we are lit.
Yeah, Imani, you want to read some of the comments?
Yes, I do.
Good morning, Rhonda.
So in the comments so far, we got good morning, Melvet. Very wise. Thank you. Awesomeness. Absolutely not an excuse. I love it. We can't. We just really can't. Darren said big facts. I mean, we talk about this all the time, Darren. We already know, because I won't get into it too much, but Darren and I have definitely had this conversation, and we have both had that epiphany together. Like, We can't keep making excuses about why we struggle in certain areas of our lives because our parents didn't do something in this area. But don't get me wrong, we still need to talk about those things because we need to
Right.
heal from them. Talking can be very healing, and us having that conversation, I feel like definitely healed a lot of issues that I had around areas or just areas of growth. We got
Mm-hmm.
Darren said, yeah, that's my older brother's relationship with my mom. I could imagine, and yes, we've talked about that before. This live is fire. Thank you so much. Share, share, share.
Yeah, share,
Um,
share.
Tiffany Ann says, yes, those boundaries are blurred when we have our kids young because we aren't grown yet either. And just, I can't even imagine how much harder it is for the younger parents, and like for you, mom, being a younger parent and still having those high expectations on you. And this, like me talking to millennials and letting them know that we can't continue with the excuses about like issues with our parents, but that isn't an excuse for like parents to be like, oh, okay, now I can do whatever because my kid is gonna accept where I am in life. That doesn't mean that, but that gives you a little room to like have some more understanding within those parenting and child relationships, even with adults, like young adults, teenagers, all of us. Like, we communication has to improve with our parents so we can understand like the human in all of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the trauma is real, and it's really, I decided about 6 years ago to look at situations in my life and not define them so much as good or bad, because in some of the most traumatic experiences I've had, a major blessings came out of it from my childhood. Resiliency came, and that's a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of times in society, we so quick to put labels on things like, I had this, oh, my parents did this, they didn't do that. But the thing about the universe and how we are so under grace is that what happens is that the things that our parents fall short in, God will oftentimes send us other people in our lives to fill that gap. And so that's why I just have really made a decision not to label my experiences as good or bad, because they are all opportunities for growth. And when we do that, we open ourselves up, to all kind of potential and all kind of possibilities. Because there's always going to be something that you feel like, our parents are not superheroes. That's good. That's really good. Mm-hmm.
Our parents are not heroes, and neither are we. Like, I also don't want millennials to have the mentality that like they're so like resilient, extra resilient, to the point where they're like, I don't want to face any of my trauma or my difficult experiences. Who cares that happened? I'm just going to keep moving. Like, take some time that you need to, don't sit in the trauma, but try your best to heal from the trauma.
That's good.
Darren says, and I believe it made us as young people stronger in navigating struggle later.
Heck yeah.
I
Heck
would
yeah. I
definitely agree.
So, Imani, I love your message for millennials. Are you ready for me to share my message?
Yeah.
You should know this. I say it to you and Shamani almost on a daily basis, but let me share it with our broader audience. My biggest advice to my children is the way that you live your 20s is going, hi, hey, Robert D. Hi, Miriam Afua. The way that you live your 20s. Good morning, Tasha Jefferson. I'm sorry, my people on here, and I just get distracted. But here's what I want to share is the way that you live your 20s. I believe this in my heart. It has manifested in so many areas. Is how you will most likely live the rest of your life. So I'm so serious about that. I know too many people now in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, and I look at how they live their 20s. Like, I use myself as a testimony. I did not follow the script of my parents. I deviated from my plans to go to Spelman College with my cousin Jackie. That was our dream. I deviated from the plan. I got pregnant at 16, and many of the things that were predicted for my life did in fact happen. Do you understand? People are researching. God has the ultimate say, and because of his grace, many things I did not face, but many things I did. So I remember being faced with some research that said if you have a child under the age of 20, I think 20, and you have a male African American child, chances are they will face incarceration.
Wow.
Chances are that you will live the next 5 years in poverty. All of those statistics, like it was 10 statistics. And can I tell you, out of the statistics that was predicted, I had eight of those things, eight of
Wow.
those bears. Yep, my son did face incarceration. Okay, incarceration. Yes, I did live in extreme poverty. So I'm just saying all of that to say, like, we can't be sugarcoating this thing. I'm serious about this. All I want to teach and empower millennials to know is that it's your choice. I just teach my kids consequences.
Yeah.
Some of my kids feel like I'm judgmental. I'm not judgmental because I'm living my whole life, my own life. But I do want to encourage you. I I ain't got time to judge you. I'm a young 55. I'm still trying to do things
Oh Lord.
myself. I'm not trying to dictate your life, but I would be less than a parent if I didn't tell you the real deal. And how you live your 20s is going to be a huge indicator and how you're going to live your 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond. Not that you can't regroup, but the struggle is real when you don't have those things in place.
I love how you just took all of that millennial language and just killed us with that comment. Like you snapped, mom. But I definitely agree wholeheartedly with everything that you said. You made some really valid points, and I think because my auntie in the comments, her name is Kim, y'all. I call her my auntie. I call her my auntie. She put in the comments, "No parent or child is perfect. We all can only give it our best shot." I think that comment right there sums up this whole episode, because at the end of the day, all we have to give is our best shot. And if we all as a community would be able to accept that we're all just giving our best shot and hold each other accountable to giving our best shot, things would be so much different. Like, we would be able to accept things for what they are and not have such high hopes for other people, and place we wouldn't place expectations on people that are unrealistic and beyond what they are capable of reaching. I feel like we just all have to be in that mindset that we're giving our best shot, and actually give your best shot to the best of your ability. And at the end of the day, if you can say you tried your best, that's all that matters.
Can I respectfully disagree?
Hmm.
I disagree because I don't think we're giving it our best shot. I think that we have become complacent. I believe that we have become lazy and distracted, and we are not giving our relationships with our children our best shot. I don't believe our children are taken into account of what their parents are really trying to guide them. I think that we're taking the easy way out. I think we've been hugely distracted by social media, and we are not getting still. Like, how do you not have a 5 year plan for your life? Like, you don't have a plan. You're not giving it your best shot. Like, that's why, sometimes think it's harsh parenting when you say to me, "Dang, mom, I forgot. Oh, I got this assignment. I'm working on it late," and I redirect that. Like, no, you knew this already, because I have had so many difficulties in my life because I needed more accountability. So I'm here to say our communities is a reflection that we are not giving it our best shot. When you're giving something your best shot, that means that you are taking spiritual responsibility for your life. You know that the decisions that you make don't only impact you, they impact those around you. So no, we're not giving it our best shot because we're coming up short. We're coming up very short as a community, as a people, and society. So when we give it our best shot, our community and people around us will look and show up differently. If I was giving it my best shot, you wouldn't be struggling the way that you're struggling now in Milwaukee while I'm in Arizona. I wouldn't need to keep sending you peanuts. I would be able to say, "Oh, you know what? I got this." Your mother is an entrepreneurial genius. If I would have given it my best shot in my 40s and 50s, you would be able to go to school, not have the financial burden of all of the stressors that come from not having more than enough. But because of the decisions I made in my 20s, now I'm living the consequences. That's why I'm going to a call center kind of environment now that I hate, because I did not fully take advantage of the entrepreneurial experiences I had at your age. So that's my soapbox. And so I'm sorry I had to go on that
No,
little rant.
you just snatched my whole life. I picked it up. I picked it up. I got it, and I agree that our best shot isn't being given. An argument that I do have to that, which I do want us to take response. That's why when I said it, that I said I should have said, if we were giving it our best shot, the minds
Yeah.
and that was our mindset, that things would be a lot different. My auntie said that could depend on the mindset at the age that they are at. That was your best shot at that time, and it would it could be here, it could be hers now. So the reason I agree with most of what that's saying is that where we are in our life at that time, it may not look like your best shot to everybody else, but I feel like God positions us in our life, or whatever you may believe, you're positioned in your life at that time for a reason. Your mindset was had reached its capacity at that time, and if you were capable of being more and doing more at that time, and that's what God wanted for you, I feel like you would. So like when you had a kid at 16, I feel like that's an experience that God needed to happen for you, because I feel like that has molded who you are today. Your
Mm-hmm.
strength, your resiliency, all of that is captured, and it all of that exists because of who you were, where what your mindset was back then. That's not an excuse for us to lack self-awareness and lack things that we need in order to be successful, in order to be something great. But I feel like our mindsets and where we are in life are have a purpose. They do have a deep purpose, and whether that may not look like your best shot to somebody else, it may very well be your best shot. But like you said, why I agree strongly with what you're saying, and in addition to that, why I agree with what you're saying is because I can say that and people will use as an excuse to not give their best shot. And
Mm-hmm.
that's when I don't agree with it. Like it's not
Right.
okay to not give your best shot, and make excuses for the negative mindset that you may be in at that moment. But like for instance, with my study group, Facebook group, like I want to keep spreading encouragement in there every day, because I don't want us to make excuses
Right.
for where we are. And that to me that's a reminder to give our best shot every day. Sometimes we have to be reminded to give our best shot, because like you're so strongly saying that like I'm not giving my best shot, but to me, mom, you are giving it a good shot. It may, if to you is not your best shot, it's a good shot, because I could not be at Alverno at all, and my circumstances could be completely different. So at the end of the day, we definitely do struggle, and we have improvements to make, but let's recognize the good things that do exist. And like I put on Facebook the other day, like I'm not where I want to be, but I dang sure am not where I used to be. And so we have to take out the time to acknowledge that, because if we don't, we're going to keep continuing to take those bad shots. We'll be at a place where we're making our best shots when we're able to acknowledge the stepping stones to get there.
That's good. You know what? I honestly think that you're a baby genius.
Sorry for my rant.
I'm convinced you're a baby genius.
Best shots and excuses are totally different things. Yes, embrace our shots, and that we are shooting, period. Yes. The
At
fact,
that.
my auntie, the fact that we
I,
are shooting, period.
I love that. She
Like
is so smart.
we got people that just look at the ball rolling on the floor and just lose the game. Sorry for the analogies, y'all, but like it's people just watch the ball rolling, literally will
Yeah.
lose the game. But the people
Wow.
that's picking up the ball and attempting to make that shot, let's have a growth mindset. Like I just learned
Yeah.
that at a training at work. Let's have a growth mindset. At least you try. Like, okay, let's figure out how to angle the shot a little differently to improve this time. Like,
Right.
it's all about the mindset. Tara
Wow.
said, I need these. Please, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us. And I love that
Shut
y'all are able
Let
to
me.
contribute. Ms. Diana said, you are giving your best shot, Carmen, because you cultivate greatness in your children by honoring your entire life experience. Yes, yes.
Thank
Exactly.
you,
Good
Diane.
morning, Miss Lanice. I believe not attaching to or labeling things good or bad enables us to trust the process. I'm learning to accept my mistakes on the same level of my successes. Yes, there are
That.
no losses. Melvet is
Who just
going
said?
in.
Who was that?
Melvet
That is, oh, she is just
going
so brilliant.
in.
Love
Like,
her.
yes, y'all. Like, we have to have just as hard as we are on ourselves about our mistakes and our falling short. We have to be just as passionate about our successes, even the little ones. We have to.
That's
Uh,
good. That's
but those parents I was just talking about think they are doing the right thing. We don't know the mistakes we are making as parents until we are in a new mindset to reflect and change. That's good. That's good.
who said
Tiffany and we got some amazing people in the comments. Y'all going in, adding so much substance to this
this.
conversation.
Okay, so Imani, unfortunately I gotta make that transition to the 9 to 5, so I could do this like all day. One day I'm just gonna be able to be on here
Hold on,
until
Mom.
y'all can.
I gotta read this comment. It just blew my mind.
Okay,
If you're
okay.
not practicing in the gym, missing shots, you will never get time in the game.
Who is
That
that?
Darren went in. When I tell y'all about that millennial magic,
Well,
woo!
I love Darren. Just smart. Y'all just a brilliant group. Y'all, our generation don't even want to see it. When you
Nope.
guys come to your fullness, y'all just get ready to be. It's the takeover. It's the total takeover. So Imani, tell me what's going on. What's coming up for Naturally? Tell us. Let's get our commercials in. What's going on new?
Naturally Beautiful is doing some great things. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm still lost in the millennial like conversation. I got so many thoughts, but I'll save them and put them in the comments later. But with Naturally Beautiful, we got a whole new line of clothing out right now, which is selling crazy. Like, y'all better get it while you can, because I'll be leaving to Arizona really soon. So I want to get all the orders out. If you place your order, you'll be receiving it soon. If you want to place an order now, please get it out of the way. The sooner the better, so that I can get it out to you before I leave to Arizona. That's in the whole clothing department. Naturally Beautiful is one of the sponsors of this mother daughter talk, and this is today. We're wrapping up our last episode, episode 8, Millennial Magic, and then Naturally Beautiful just picked up a new series called what is it called? Exposing Amazing. I'm sorry. It's called Exposing Amazing. So we have Darren actually on next Friday. And we'll be just sharing and exposing amazing people that exist in this world. So we have to figure out a way to create positive platforms of exposing amazing people. Tara's also on here. She's going to be on that episode in the future. I won't spill the beans on too many more, but those are some great, amazing millennials we're going to have on the show. So that's new with Naturally Beautiful. Place your orders, support the brand. I'm rocking one of our new items today. We got just some basic gray tees, which are really comfortable, and all the products are quality and handmade by me. So support the brand is lit.
Awesome. Well, let me share what's going on with Be Well. We are deep into our What If campaign. I have worked many years, over 30 years, in the area of social service, building higher community. And so now at this stage in my game, it's all about economic empowerment. So I am expanding and launching my travel division and helping individuals to see the power of when we change our income and our circumstances and how we are able to give and create legacy. So my entire focus for 2018 is helping as many individuals as possible to have access to a $1 trillion industry of travel. We're traveling anyway, so I'm helping people to see the power of being in the e-commerce business for minimum investment, and they are able, instead of going to regular search engines, they can go to their own. So I'm mobilizing people around the country to see the power of travel and how important it is for us to have a residual income component in our household. So that's what's going on. We are preparing for our annual Spices of Life weekend here in Arizona, January 26th, 27th, and 28th. You can learn more about the Be Well movement and our travel business. Inbox me or visit my website at www.carmenraybewell.com. The Be Well brand is making sure that we have conversations to be, yes, we book international travel. Absolutely, we do. We have international partners. We're in 20 different countries. We have we're about over 20,000 agents that we're expanding in this project. We are opening up agencies, travel agencies all around the country, and we are committed to changing the income of our households. Economic empowerment is one of the best areas that we can really mobilize and move our communities forward. So that's what's going on with
Hold on. Somebody asked, does Naturally Beautiful ship? Yes, we do ship anywhere you are. Yeah, and I have a coupon for free shipping. If you are watching this video, you are lucky. Inbox me for a free shipping coupon, and it's lit.
Yep. Thank you, Tiffany. There is no dash between Be Well anymore. So there's just Carmen Ray. I have a new website. It's carmenraybewell.com. So again, run your business from your cell phone or from your computer, book travel, contact me and look and consider about being one of my business partners. Okay, last but not least, what's coming up in 2018? I'm on 10% on my battery.
What's coming up in 2018?
For the mother-daughter.
Oh, of course. That's okay. So we are dropping a new series on y'all. We're gonna have another 8-week series. So don't cry, guys. We'll be back. We'll be back very shortly. But the only way we will be back is if y'all drop a bunch of different topics in the comments right now. Go put whatever you want us to talk about and cover. Put it in the comments, and we're going to figure out a way to work it into our schedule. We won't commit to all of the topics because depending on what people say, we have to have like a pretty balanced agenda. So drop them in the comments. What do y'all want us to talk about in these next 8 weeks? We're going to take a small break, but we'll be back January 1st. So happens to fall on a Monday. So perfect way to start the year.
We're going to be on for 4 hours. So please give us whose topic are we going to pick. So please put your topics in. January 1st, we're going to be on here for an entire hour with you all. And we really appreciate you joining us for this last 8 weeks.
Thank you. And now I want to do a quick shout out for everybody who's been like Miss Rhonda. You've been on like almost every episode, if not all, like all of y'all who have consistently, Darren, my Amy, like it's a lot of people on here. So I'm gonna stop giving shout outs. Please like continue to check out the show and share. Like I appreciate y'all beyond y'all even knowing for just coming on and checking out and engaging in the comments every time on these shows. Like we appreciate you. We couldn't do the show without you. So like, let me read some of these. How to accept the difference of the people in our lives while staying true to ourselves. I would love to talk about that, Tara. Like, oh my God.
Yes. Miss Rhonda said changing fear into finance. I love that.
Yes. We got said self-awareness.
Is on here.
What'd you say?
I said we got the coach of all coaches, Michael DeMond, is watching.
Hey, Mike, I haven't talked to you in so long. Thanks for joining. Miss Yolanda says self-awareness, effective communication is definitely. That's a really, really good topic. Y'all must not want to see some stuff. Thank you for the ones who commented what you want to see. We're going to have a short series if that's all we're going to talk about. Healthy sexual relationships and intimacy.
And intimacy. That's good.
I don't know if I put that with my mom, but I guess I will.
I'm so in for that one.
I'm going to call in sick that day.
And then we have Michael DeMond and you'll call in sick.
I'm kidding. I'm mature, guys. I am.
so good. I'm just so sad that you guys, I need you guys to go to my website. I need y'all to support my business so that I want to travel. I want to just hang out and do this kind of thing. You guys don't understand the importance of time freedom. It's right up there with financial freedom. I cannot wait for this shift to happen. I'm so for this.
Do you see my Amy comment? She said, I got a topic. Learning how to charge your battery when you know you have a show to do. You just came for your whole life.
It is so crazy. Okay, I'm out of here, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us for these last 8 weeks. Please share. Oh, and Imani, we have YouTube. You got us our videos on YouTube.
Yes, mostly all of the videos are up. I'm gonna update it today and put some new comments. I mean, put the new episodes on YouTube, and I share it with
and our YouTube following this week, y'all. Please share. We're going to be posting, but all during the break, we're going to be posting our episodes previously on our timeline, and we just really need y'all to give us some traction on YouTube. Our views this week, like 2 or 3 views. So thank you all, and I need to get to work, so you all be well.
All right. Have a good day, Mom.
Okay, thanks. You too.
Bye.